I found you tonight as well, quickly. The monsters close in. An immense hatred is directed at no one but me. Why? The claws covered in entrails are clearly stating their desire to tear me up. I know. If I'm torn to pieces by those this time, once again I will. The same as those monsters. No, those monsters were born from her body.
すでに見ていたのですね。ですがご安心を。ここでなら私は影響を受けない。いいえ、この子たちでは私を変質させられない。私を変えられるのは悪魔と呼ばれる現象だけですから。
She says indifferently. I hear the sound of the rustling clothes. Behind me, Karen's red holy cloth of Magdala rolls in the air. So fucking loud. Jesus. Shut up already. Those grudges that you can't get out of your stupid heads are drowning out the beautiful rustling. Obstacles everywhere. I want to stay calm. I want to talk to this girl. I do too. No, that's even more important right now. What's even more important right now? I want to hate those shadows more.
影響受けない。
そう。ここでは怪物はみんな死にますから。私もあなたもこうして普通に話せます。
怪物はみんな死ぬって。こいつら動いてるんだけど。
彼らは別です。元から生きてはいないのです。見てわかるでしょう。あれはただの残骸です。一体一体の力は大したものではありません。
Remains. We certainly do like a scrap pile of abandoned machinery. I wonder if someone threw them away here. I won't go as far as to say it's infinite, but the pile is enormously tall. There are probably over 100 million corpses, a chain of death that you'd give up counting the links on. Won't forgive. But I don't care. These bastards have been invading my eardrums as they please for a while now.
来ます。あなたの後ろは私が守る。日が変わるまでの間、なんとか生き延びなさい。
There's an avalanche. The mountain of corpses is crumbling. A swarm of monsters, countless as the stars, continue to kill me and only me.
なんとかって簡単に言ってくれるよな。
There's no time to hesitate. A switch clicks in my brain. A peaceful self withdraws and is replaced with one that knows of nothing but defeating the enemy. Shiro, there's a fucking fuck ton of these things. The change in my thought process went astonishingly smooth. It was a simple manifestation of pure sadism kicks my solid reasoning to the curb. I don't hesitate. Frankly, faced with the sea of garbage, I have already lost my sanity, and there are models for the weapons I will project scattered among the trash before me. A cloud of dust rises up. The swarm of claws is rushing towards us. Beastly daggers crawling out of every crack in every direction. Sparks dance in the muddy moonlight. Narrowly avoiding the claws coming to gouge out both my eyes, I end up nearly kissing one corpse in the face as I dispatch him with a dagger. Debris from the crumbling wreckage looms over me. For each one of their brethren that goes down, there's another swarm coming to skewer me. I retaliate ferociously. 3 strikes in 1 second. Projecting 12 of the weapons at once, I shoot them all off towards the monsters. Where's Gilgamesh when I fucking need him? Good God. Can he come here and just lay waste to this pile? My breathing speeds up. It's a limitless barrage of madness, an endless stream of lethal weapons. Berserker would be helpful too, though. Just cleaving through everything. The back hills are being carpet bombed with malice. With the enemies rushing at me, both my mind and body are reaching their limit. It's just too fucking much. But this limit is endless. For this night only, the limits of abilities and limits of physical strength are no longer connected. My strength is left behind and my ability shoots up with no end in sight. The muscles needed to wield a dagger are long since overstretched and destroyed, yet my head is crystal clear. The weapons I'm projecting must be highly compatible with my own self, for not only am I not running out of magical energy, the speed at which they appear is not going down either. If this keeps up, 30 minutes is nothing. I can fight to the death. The girl behind me is warding off the beast just as well. Like a snake moving on its own volition, the red cloth warns, rebukes, and forces the monsters to retreat. It's gentle to the point of making me envious. A defense that accepts the beast while it rejects them. Sadism and masochism. Affirmation and denial. That girl is making something incompatible become compatible. Huh. I'll pass, thanks. If I ever get wrapped up in that, I just melt in from all the warmth. A woman defending my back with all her might. Thanks to her, I'm still alive. Thanks to her, the swarm of corpses around me is getting even smaller. You're in the way. There's no real reason for it. The woman has become irresistibly to me. A grand chorus repeats again and again. A grand prayer cuts down again and again. Everything perfect, even faced with over 100 million alone. I will not lose. Shiro, you okay, buddy? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. What was that? It feels as it's the first time I've ever felt this good. My head feels like it's roasting in fire. There's no end to the expansion of this tiny conscious. Make endlessly more. I'm so close to the climax, so don't you dare stop me now. Why is he using Avengers dagger? The mountain of corpses is fading. The impure air is clearing and the muddy moon is regaining its innocence. The dagger in my hands vanishes, unable to contain magical energy any longer. The date had changed without me noticing. The scorching excitement that was burning down my senses of reason only moments ago is already cooling off. I fall to the ground on my knees. It'll probably still reset. I'm exhausted and can't move a single step. Reason, magic, strength, having abused all three, the outcome is hardly surprising. Standing in front of me, Karen has not changed one bit. What's she looking down on me for? I'm too tired to work for it.
でも合格です。これでようやく私とあなたは出会いました。
I hear a voice from afar. Is it Tosaka? I guess she must have felt the disturbance and came running from the temple. No interest in meeting Tosaka. Apparently, Karen is about to disappear into the forest. Please stay.
いいえ、あなたとはここまでです。今回のあなたではこれ以上は無理。けど、これでまた一つ隙間が埋まったわ。あなたが望むなら、これからはいつでも会うことができる。
Oh, sweet. Can I go on a pool date with you? The sound of footsteps is getting closer. Tosaka is running along with the forest road.
良い夢を。目を覚ました後、あなた一人で私の家に来てください。
Sure. I mean, if you really want me to. I have no problem with that. Her silver hair is slipping away into the darkness of the trees. The girl that introduces herself as Karen will never appear before me again. If I am to meet her again, I will have to only be once this incident is resolved. It would be our first meeting, and in the first exchange of names. Tosaka's coming, so it's alright if I fall asleep like this, isn't it? I'm so tired I just want to sleep. Out of all the many others running alongside me, looking back, if Miyashiro has done anything of significance at all, it would be on this night. I close my eyes and fall asleep. And we start again. I got past the night of the 4th day. When I wake up, everything should be back to normal. Only you were saved again. A faint imprint of the cursed voice remains on my eardrums. But even that will be forgotten by the time I wake up. The church gates have opened in the morning, careful in order to not disturb the void. Now that probably got fucking claimed again, I'm probably gonna have to cut that out. Thus said the druid. Today the youth who holds the lance in his hands shall have all the glory and praise he desires. Okay, so I'm gonna assume you're Ku. Until the day comes when this land and this era itself disappear into the ocean. Not a single human, not a single bird, nor a flower will ever forget him. His name shall be known in 5 lands. There will be not a single woman who does not love him, and there will not be a single man who is not proud of him. I wish that's pretty cool. His swift lance shall be the honor of the Red Branch. Let the cattle thieves shake at the sound of the chariot horses neighing. Our dearest son of light. His hands will grasp nothing but glory. When the time comes for his life to end, his knees will not fall to the ground. But know this child of the hazel tree. Like the flicker of the star, that glory shall soon burn itself out. Together with the feats of arms that know no rival. Faster than anyone who will sink into the oblivion beyond the horizon. Spring 6 years ago. I became acquainted with a strange man. 2 years had passed since I had been recruited into the Mages Association. Ignored and never asked to do anything, I was given a place to be in form only. Like a useless antique. Ancient and well-known, handled with great care, yet no one intends to use it. Tucked away deep within the storehouse, I spent my days only to be sooner or later forgotten. Of course, there was no meaning in that existence. I had left my hometown out of fear of simply rotting away. Though young and ignorant, I left because of the vague desire to do what I could. I had no value outside of being an antique. To gain some value was simple. I just had to show them how useful I was, what I could do. The things I could do, I took up the one rule that many magi hated, the bloody cleanup assignment. Practical magic that works in a real fight. That was the subject I took pride in. Now in the past I had a talent unsurpassed by those around me. And so, after handling countless fights, the association had finally recognized my value and granted me a position. At least you got somewhere. The ruling elites, lords of the association, as if to rid themselves of a nuisance, had proclaimed thus. The inexperienced newcomer, Bazed Vraga McRemets, as a special exception, shall be appointed as a sealing designation enforcer. Sealing designation. It is both the title given to the Magi with special talent and an edict sent down by the association. Some magic cannot be learned by study. The owners of magic that only exist in their blood or genetic makeup and cannot be passed down as treated as treasures by the association, which makes an all-out order to shelter them. They do themselves. Hospitable as it sounds, the order amounts to imprisonment. The Magi that receives the sealing designation are treated as precious samples to be passed on for generations to come. The association captures them and ensures their talent is preserved in its current state. Simply put, they aren't too different from specimens immersed in formaldehyde. What looks like a well-intentioned order in the association's eyes is equivalent to a death sentence for those receiving it. Most magi reject the edict and flee. The death sentence itself isn't the reason, however. The people receiving the sealing designation are all outstanding magi in the most basic sense. They prioritize their pursuit of magic above all else. Their own mortality holds no meaning for them. To one who's devoted day after day to their research, a sealing designation is unthinkable. Once pickled in formaldehyde, their study of magic will end there and then. For that reason, they leave the association and go on the run. There's no need to ask what for. To slip back into society and bury themselves into their research, deeply, fully, and to their heart's content. For those that receive the sealing destination and go on the run generally become one of two groups. The first become hermits, cutting off all contact, hiding their magic and only teaching it to blood relatives. Those are the fallen magi. While they have been found and sheltered before, their abilities are lost completely. The danger they pose is near zero. Unless their talents are just too great, the association will not pursue them further. The second category are the shut-ins that retreat to their own land, wizards who wholly devoted to mastering their craft. These are unsurpassed magi, aiming for even greater heights. It would take but a few years to take their abilities to another level, surely bringing the association great rewards for their efforts. However, none of the ordinary morals and justice exist for them. Having shed their restraints, their first and foremost goal is the discovery of the unknown. Sacrifice of unrelated bystanders is by one way towards it, but one way towards it. It is a problem. Yeah, I could imagine that. But however much of a problem it may be, as long as they manage it well, even the association overlooks it. They're left alone until the achievements are made. The pursuit of magic is the Mages Association's own principle, after all. Great group. But should they prove to be unsuccessful, should they violate the association's great postulate, secret must be concealed, the response will be swift. Yeah, you can kill people, but as long as you don't make it known, it doesn't matter. The true best association. Love them. And preventing occult knowledge from being disseminated isn't the only reason. When it comes to protecting such valuable assets, they will be content with preserving just the bodies alone. Should news of the matter spread, a power will appear to bring punishment to the wizard in the name of justice. At present, the greatest enemies are the inquisitors of the church. They act to incinerate not only the wizards themselves, but also the knowledge they've built up along with them. While their desire to stop the violence is the same, their final objective is the direct opposite. Yeah, they're not interested in keeping it, they just want it fucking torched. Despite a non-aggression pact between the Mage Association and the Holy Church, scuffles minor enough to be let off the record continue. No matter, it is on the assumption that they will be left off the record that the killings continue even now. As a result, my job became not only to deal with mad wizards, but also to fight the executors. After 1 year had passed since it became my daily life, while on a mission to enforce a sealing designation, I became acquainted with one such man, an executor of the Holy Church, Kotomine, a priest convicting all kinds of sinners in God's name.
手を組まないかお嬢さん。お互い最後の一人だ。ここで潰し合うのは得策ではない。
And as naturally as that, the priest requested cooperation. He's a fun guy. He lost all of the comrades he had brought along, and my team was nearly annihilated as well. The two of us were the only survivors left. We were standing in the garden of a magus that was using corpses in an attempt to revive the soul. Normally, no matter how desperate the predicament may be, cooperation between the executors and Mages Association is unthinkable sort. An edict from the Pope himself is unthinkable short of an edict from the Pope himself. The executors are followers of the purest form of faith. To preserve their own belief, they would never associate with heretics like us. This one priest, however, was unique. Yeah, you could say that. Perhaps he was sympathetic towards Magi in general, not a hint of disdain on his face. He approached me like one of his own, with a warm smile. Yeah, it's not because you're a mage.
協力し合うこ
Or
とに
Magi.
異論はありません。ですが、私たちは仲間ではない。結局、最後には奪い合うことになる。そんな相手に背中は任せられない。
I had no obligation to recover the Magus name named in the sealing designation order. And the priest had no choice but to end the Magus's life. I had an obligation. Our cooperation would come to an end, and the priest would become my enemy.
それはいらぬ心配だな。私の仕事はあの男を殺すことだけだ。後のことはそちらに任せる。亡骸をどう扱おうと、私には関係のない話だ。
Those were his words. He would leave the flesh to me. As long as he was the one to dispose of the soul, that was enough
い
for
い
him.
でしょう。その言葉を信用します。
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, why not? Just how much weight was placed behind those words? I had to believe the priest with an ease that surprised even my own self. This man was dangerous. My own experience was telling me of less than sanity venom he possessed. Yet I still took his hand despite myself. Thinking back. Indeed, that priest was no saint. Oh, no. No. But among all the people I had met up until that point, he was the only one possessing a power I could respect.
私はバゼット。魔術協会から派遣された魔術師です。
We'd proceeded to exchange names in order to secure this temporary trust. 2 days had passed. The magus that amused himself playing with corpses now dealt with. We'd returned to our respective employers. To be honest, I did have a feeling we'd meet again. I was chasing after Magi that received the sealing designation. The priest in Addison Executor was hunting down heretics. With his magic-related knowledge, he was likely deployed on mage hunting missions rather than the dead apostle or demon possession ones. The two of us were a great match as competitors. The first time was just a coincidence. The second and third, on the other hand, were probably both unconsciously desired and inevitable. The times that we had met, without fail, were also times that we were both alone. Although I had decided to act independently from then on, to begin with, so he was the only one to lose his comrades. We had fought side by side 3 times, trusting each other. Neither of us reporting it back, all those remained secret. I judged him worthy of my trust and took his hand. That trivial secret had just a little charm to it.
そうして、その少年は自分から成人の儀を迎えたのです。一人のドルイドが、その日に戦士になる者の未来を占った。為替に移った未来は不吉なもので、今日戦士になる者は、最大の栄光を得る代わりに、誰よりも早く命をなくすというものだった。集まった少年たちは、皆恐れて動かなかったのに、占いに無関心だった少年だけは迷うことなく王のもとに駆け込んで、今すぐ自分を戦士として認めてくれというのです。王は散々少年を止めるのですが、少年は聞かず、ついに戦士として認められました。その後の話は神話の通りです。アルスターの猛犬の英雄譚はご存知でしょう？
It was the night of our third joint battle. Unable to bear the silence of the night, I talked of something entirely unrelated to my job. I somehow ended up reciting an old tale from my hometown.
いや、そちらの話には疎くてね。聞き覚えがあるのは名前までだ。寝物語に語ってもらう分には構わんが。さて、本題は別のところにあると見た。そうだな。おそらく君はその少年の行動に苛立ちを覚えてしまった。 こうして成長した今でも彼の決定を怖がっているのだろう。
The priest looked at me with a melancholic smile. There was nothing I could hide from this man. Mercilessly, he saw right through my heart. By all rights, I ought to have feared this priest, and yet having my feelings laid open by him had put me at ease instead.
恐れているわけではありませんが、少年がどこに着目していたのかはわからない。その日に戦士になれば最高の栄誉を約束されるが、誰よりも早く命を落とすとも予言された。なのに少年は恐れず、何の戸惑いもなく王に、今すぐ武者立ちがしたいと告げるのです。王に理由を問われても一切答えず、とにかく戦士になりたいの一点張り。そうして成人の儀を進めていくのですが、少年には占いに対する希望も不安も全くないのです。占いなどどうでもよく、戦士になる喜びだけで満ちていて、戦士になろうとした理由がいつの間にか消えているようだった。正直、私には彼が何を見ていたのかわからない。
Did he think eternal glory was a good enough compensation to face that dreadful fate? Or was he so captivated by the promise of glory that he paid no heed to being fated to die young? Or perhaps...
栄光か短命か、どちらに重きを置いたのかを知りたい。さて、聞いた限りではそのどちらでもないように思えたが。
どちらでもない？少年は予言を聞いて戦士になろうと決意したのに？
決意をしたのではないよ。予言を聞き、その内容を吟味することなくなら、少年は最初からその予言を知っていたのだ。きっと自分はそういう風に生きると、そんな確信が生まれた時からあったからこそ、